So now we can take a look at an individual judge. So we go to Judge Report. We know the judge's name, so we can type that in. Otherwise, the system would give us details on the court as a whole, which would basically be all judges. And the report will auto-populate in real time. So as we see here, the case types for the judge. So each individual case type, the number of cases they've had of that in the last few years, the amount of those cases that are closed, how long the case has taken, and how likely the plaintiff is to get a judgment. So as you see here, this is quite a conservative judge, whereas for something like preliminary hearings, the plaintiff seems to do fairly well with 2 out of 3 judgments. We can see the breakdown of case types here, so contract, and then after that, mortgages are big, then probably auto negligence. We see an exact breakdown of the amount of cases the judge is hearing. We look at the top attorneys before a judge, and we see that here in a graph. So you see one of the attorneys that's actually in front of a judge the most has one of the weakest records, and Anthony Tonelli here has the highest number of straight wins for this particular judge. And we can also see how long the cases are lasting by case type. So you see here, malpractice cases are going 667 days, which is really quite long. And some of the intellectual property cases are also very lengthy. Whereas things like preliminary hearings and arbitration go quickly. And you also see interesting correlation between the amount of a mortgage's value and how long the case takes. And obviously the bio of the judge at the end. Then we can narrow this down further by looking at the case type. So if we want to look at a specific case type before that judge, for example, auto negligence, we can do that. Recalculate the report. So now it's just looking at auto negligence cases. You see considerably less, but still 558, which is a good amount. You see most of these are not getting judgments, and the attorneys vary for that. This is the overall chart as we saw before, but we see here again the most popular, busiest auto attorney actually has the worst record in this court, and the best auto attorney before Judge Ige in Miami is Mario Gomez. And there are 17,000 attorneys in Miami-Dade, so the odds of you finding the best person for auto negligence for Judge Ige are 17,000 to 1 against. Here we see by all case types, and there's just one case type, which is auto negligence here, which goes for 450 days. Judge bio again, and then we can take a look to see a particular attorney before a particular judge. So we can add that in. Mario Alexander Gomez, and again recalculate the report. So we see here 9 cases, he's won them all. They're taking 343 days, and they've all been defense wins. It's just the one attorney, obviously, on overall performance and by case type. But this is obviously a very detailed, very specific report, because it's just for a particular attorney in front of a particular judge for a case type.